Okay, guys, continuing our cooking with Grilla Grills and Pit Master Shane, who's come on the show. He's going to show us it's spatchcock chicken, right?
Correct.
Okay, I know what spatchcock chicken is. I've never, ever done it on the show. And it's been so long since somebody taught me. So would you show us how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what's the big deal about spatchcock chicken, right? Why do you even want to do it? It's a little bit of a hassle in the front end, but it can save you about an hour, hour and a half of cook time. And the reason why is we get the bird spread out, it's flatter, gives us the opportunity to season both sides of the bird instead of just one side or just the outside. And I typically do it because it costs me about 3 to 5 minutes of time per bird, but saves me, like I said, an hour plus in cook time. But it's real easy. So when I was teaching a class to a bunch of middle schoolers on chicken, the slide for this was called Spatchcock, dirty word for an easy bird. And it really is. It sounds funny to say. You get a lot of snickers from the back of the class when you say it. And I don't know why they call it that. I'm sure it's a British term or an old term from the culinary world, from France. But it really works. So this is our breast side. Everything we're going to do is actually back on the backbone. All right, so if you have a question of where exactly the backbone is, there's always this little tail feather portion, and you can follow it right up. And you're just going to cut just to about a 1/2 inch to either side of the center line. Usually takes care of it. When I spatchcock chicken, I like using a nice heavy knife, and this is a fantastic one. Jack just turned me on to these. Love these knives. So you're going to come right down the center line. I like to just score it a little bit, and it gives me a little line so I know where I'm going to work from. And then I'll take that heel portion of that belly cut of the knife, and that's where I'll apply the pressure. And you'll hear it. It's going to sound rough. Chicken's already dead. He doesn't mind, I promise. But just kind of work your way down. And as you get toward the thigh portion, there's some the hip bone and stuff, and it may be a little tougher. And I've even had on like a really older bird, really have to kind of chop in there. You can kind of feel around and find your gap. Just keep working with the dough, and typically it'll go right through, okay? Once I have that one, I'm so right-handed, I will typically turn the bird around, and then I'll work the other side. I'm not that ambidextrous, unfortunately, so I always favor my right side. So again, working back up this way, just make sure it's all disconnected. I'll continue my score line. And just give it that pressure we were talking about. And that's the backbone right there. Now this is great for chicken stock, by the way. You don't have to throw this away. Throw it in a pot, boil it a little bit, and the bones and all that nice fat and the collagen makes great broth and stock. So once we have this, we can kind of see how the bird will spread open. We'll flip them back over. And right here is the breastbone. We're just going to flatten that out. And you can either do it with your thumbs, you can do it, with your palm, but you're just going to do it until you feel it pop and it kind of release. And it just lays nice and flat. And then you're ready for seasoning. All right, so for our seasoning today, we're going to use the Grilla Grills AP rub. Fantastic stuff. It's fantastic on chicken. And the process is pretty self-explanatory. I've got a clean hand, dirty hand here. I'm going to use my left hand to kind of flip the bird over and handle it. And I've got the clean hand on the rub, but we're just going to apply a nice coat here. And I like a real crispy skin, so I go a little heavy on rub on chicken, just a personal preference. But you always have the option of going light and then coming back and doing multiple coats. So had we not spatchcocked this bird, you could not season all this area in here. Yeah, you could put stuff in the cavity of it and for aromatics, and that works fine. But you can also grill this on a bed of lemon slices or anything else and get even more flavor out of it. And again, you only have about 5 minutes of prep time in this versus just pulling out of the bag and tossing it on the grill.
I'm going to watch the temperature. We doing 250?
Yeah, we'll run 250.
We're gonna run 250. Shane's gonna put all the meat on. We may have to play musical meat, so bear with us as we get our logistics down. See how this goes. So you got one back there. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it, dude. One there. There's chicken number 3. Chicken number 4.
All right, so it's time to check our chickens, make sure everything is cooking well. Now, a lot of people ask, why we would, use another device to temp check the chickens. The pit probe that comes on here is fantastic. It's great for getting you in the ballpark, but especially for chicken, there's multiple pieces, multiple areas, slightly different cook times, and I like using a highly accurate thermometer like the Thermopin Mark IV here. ThermoWorks builds a great product. Everything they make is fantastic. Reads super fast, highly accurate, and just a fantastic product. So you'll see how quick we get a final tip out of this. Check this out. So it's in and boom, right there, final temp, 137 in the breast right now. So pull it back out, let it drop. Just coasting down. Let's see what the thigh's at. And there we are at, it's warm in there, 141. So you can see how we're getting 2 different temperatures depending on where we check. All right, so our chickens are back in from the pit, and as you can see, they're done, right? They look beautiful. Great little test of doneness, man. If the wings just separate, you're in business. But everyone's test is right here. Look at this. Oh yeah, not juicy at all. It's terrible stuff. I bet Jackson can come steal a piece here pretty quick.
Dude, that looks amazing.
Look at that. Look at that juice running.
Oh my goodness.
Who would go buy those $5 rotisserie chickens when you can do this?
Okay, so now we know the ribs tasted amazing.
They were fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. This is tough, right? Chicken doesn't take as well as ribs, the smoke.
Chicken can be a little finicky, sure. I mean, a lot of people get worried about how, when is it done and what should we do? Look at you sneaking in.
Oh,
I was going to ask, are you a white meat or dark meat guy? But
I'm a dark meat guy normally, but this is the wettest white meat I've ever seen.
And you can attest, I mean, we didn't film every waking second of this, but how much work did we put into this?
0.
Right.
We were on the internet playing games while it was cooking.
Exactly. Stayed inside. It's 100 degrees outside.
Get your piece. There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm a white meat kind of guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It falls. It melts in your mouth. Mm-hmm. I've never had chicken breast melt in your mouth.
That's perfectly cooked. You nailed it, man. Good job.
Not me. We did it together.
And we made the choice not to cover any of this up with sauce.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean,
flavor's good.
You've got to nail it for it to be good with nothing but rub and smoke on there. Anybody can hide flaws with sauce, but this is perfection. Absolutely naked, just a little bit of rub and smoke.
He said naked. Amazing. He said naked. All right, we got to go before we get a rating. That is awesome, guys. I'm telling you, Grilla Grills is my new favorite. They blow everybody away, and I just want to thank the company for setting you out. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Say goodbye to Shane. Say goodbye to them.
Goodbye, guys.
See you later, guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.